Okay, let's talk about one of the most important and most ignored appliances in your home, your water heater. We pretty much take it for granted, right? That is, until it breaks. So today, we're going to cover how a little bit of know-how can save you from those freezing cold showers and some seriously costly surprises.
So let me just ask you this straight up. How long do you think the average water heater is actually supposed to last? Go on, take a guess.
The answer for most tank heaters? It's only about 8 to 12 years, which, when you really think about it, is not a very long time for such a critical and expensive piece of equipment. And that's exactly why being a little proactive makes all the difference.
I mean, your water heater is kind of the unsung hero of the house, isn't it? It works 24/7, just silently doing its job. But really, it's a bit of a ticking time bomb, because when it finally fails, you're not just looking at a cold shower. You could be facing some serious water damage and a sudden, painful bill for a replacement. But here is the good news. You can absolutely push that lifespan further, maybe even significantly. Our goal is to focus on 3 things: minimizing sediment, reducing corrosion, and just preventing any unnecessary strain on the system. And honestly, it's simpler than you might think.
All right, first things first. Mission number 1 is to take on the biggest enemy hiding inside that tank, sediment.
So, what even is this stuff? Well, over time, all the little minerals in your water, especially if you have hard water, they just settle at the bottom of the tank, and they create this thick, crusty layer of gunk. This gunk basically forces your heater to work way harder and way longer to heat the water, which can lead to overheating and eventually failure.
So how do we get rid of it? It's actually pretty simple. You just flush the tank. Now the process is straightforward, but you have to do it right. First, and this is non-negotiable, safety first. Turn off the power and shut off the water supply. Then, you connect a regular garden hose to the drain valve near the bottom, run the other end outside, and open it up. You'll probably see some gross, murky water come out. That's the sediment. Let it run till the water's clear. Now, here's the most important part. Close that drain valve and let the tank fill up with water completely before, and I mean before, you turn the power back on. Seriously. Do this once a year and you're already way ahead of the game.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about a part you've probably never even heard of, but it is absolutely essential for your tank's survival. It's the tank's secret bodyguard, the anode rod. So what is it? Well, the anode rod is just a simple metal rod that screws into the top of your tank, but its job is pretty brilliant. It's made of a special metal that's designed to attract all the corrosive stuff in your water. It basically says, hey, corrode me, instead of the tank.
Think of it this way. The anode rod literally sacrifices itself. It rusts and dissolves away over time so that your very expensive steel tank doesn't have to. It's designed to take the hit, keeping the inside of your tank protected and preventing it from rusting out from the inside.
This quote just sums it up perfectly. Think of the anode rod as a bodyguard for your tank. It's designed to take the hit so the tank itself doesn't have to. Because once that bodyguard is gone, the tank is completely defenseless. That's why checking it every couple of years and replacing it when it gets worn down is an absolute game changer.
All right, let's talk about a few smart, really simple tweaks you can make. These are small changes, but they have a surprisingly big impact on how long your water heater will last.
First one, your thermostat. You know, a lot of water heaters are set way too high right out of the box. The recommended sweet spot is 120 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still plenty hot for showers and dishes, but turning it down to 120 reduces that mineral buildup, it slows down corrosion, it saves you money on energy, and it's much safer. It's just a total win-win. Next up, insulation. It's simple, right? The less heat your tank loses to the surrounding air, the less often it has to kick on to reheat the water, and less work means less wear and tear. You can wrap the tank in an insulation blanket. Just check the manual first to make sure the manufacturer says it's okay. But an even easier thing to do is just add some cheap foam insulation to the first few feet of hot water pipes coming out of the tank.
Now, being proactive is fantastic, but it's also really important to know your limits. So let's quickly cover the big warning signs that mean it's time to stop what you're doing and just call a professional.
Okay, if you see any of these, pick up the phone. Persistent leaks, especially a drip from the bottom of the tank itself, that is a very, very bad sign. Weird noises like popping or rumbling could mean that heavy sediment is literally cooking on the heating element. And obviously, if you're seeing rusty water or if that pressure relief valve keeps opening up, don't ignore these things. They are major red flags.
So what's the big payoff for doing all this? Well, it's pretty simple. You get a water heater that lasts longer, which saves you a ton of money. You get better efficiency, which saves you energy. And maybe best of all, you get peace of mind, knowing that you're in control and not just waiting around for a cold, wet, and expensive surprise.
And that really brings us to our final thought for the day. Now that you know what to look for and what to listen for, the real question is, what is your water heater trying to tell you? Thanks for tuning in.